So I think my favorite space that Gumrah doesn't touch is kind of the kind of events space. So not in terms of ticketing, but in terms of meeting up with friends and organizing, events. I just think that Facebook does a really poor job of it. Like their events on the web aren't that good, and on mobile are almost not present at all. And I think there's a really awesome way that you could really make events, as if they were built for mobile, and make them a lot more spontaneous, a lot more fast, and kind of rewrite what an event means. People assume that an event is like a 50 people meeting up at, some company's HQ to eat hot dogs. Which it does, but it should also mean like this interview should be an event, or like a group of friends that randomly says I want to go to Dolores Park, or we want to go to Dolores Park, and I think if you can kind of lower the bar to what is an event, I think it could be really cool. So that's a space that I'm just personally pretty excited about because I think it would improve my life. But I just think that like if you look at anything I've ever built, I just want to lower the bar of doing something. Like that's like Crate was lowering the bar to to share files. Gumroad is lowering the bar to like what is something meaningful to someone and valuable to someone. Twitter did the same thing. Pinterest did the same thing. Like I think a lot of people say the web lets people do new things, but I kind of disagree. I think the web just makes it a lot easier and faster and cheaper to do the same things. Pinterest is the digital equivalent, 10,000 times more efficient way of scrapbooking, right? And you can do what Turntable does in the real world. It would just be very inefficient, and it would take a lot of time to set up, And Gumroad, you can hand someone a CD, and they can hand you $5. And I think I'm just excited to bring a lot of the interactions that we can already do offline and online that aren't possible yet. So that's what I try to focus on, and Gumroad just happens to be like the most exciting problem to me in that space. I definitely used to have a problem with being bored. I would work on something and kind of get the fun stuff out of the way, and then maintaining it just wasn't as fun. It was just incremental updates, which I never really wanted to incrementally update or make something slightly better. I wanted to like create new things. I wanted to basically invent stuff and create stuff and make stuff. I think the way I'm combating that problem, now is that I have, a company to run. So if I ever get bored of one part of the product, there's a million other parts of the product. Or if I get, if I spend a lot of time on the team and recruiting, I can focus on the company. And like, there's so many, I've been so used to just designing products, right? And I really want to see if I can design a team just as well, or design a company around the product and the team just as well. So I think that's the great thing about being a founder, especially in my position and with hopefully my skill set, is that I can switch contexts so easily without having to switch the actual product, that and company I'm working on. I don't have to leave my job or, start a new web app or iPhone app to get that fix. I don't know. I mean, I want to work on Gumroad for as long as I can. I think it's just such a cool thing to work on, and it just solves so many problems for so many different types of people with so many different types of use cases that I don't think I could ever get bored, at least not for a few years, maybe hopefully ever. So I haven't really thought about what I want to do next. I'm just, hopefully I can transition from scaling a 5-person team to a 10-person team to a 20-person team. But really, I just want to build the best product ever. So if it means we are 5 people and we can do it, like I'll do that. But if it means we have to be 30, 40, and I have to learn how to grow and scale a company, that's what I'll do.